Congratulations on doing your job.
Alright, so here we go. Oh, Jpeg's stupid. God damn it. You said idiot and I wrote idiot because I was thinking about that. Okay. Anyway. Doesn't matter. Ski is at half HP. It's supposed to be cat, not idiot. Doesn't matter, guys. We're fine. We can figure it out. Mechano's going to be taking a lot of damage here. He's down at a half HP. He's going to be going for the flash shield. He's going to have to fake there, though. Pulling back off the pillar. Going to get Thunderstorm out in the middle now, actually. Lust goes up immediately. They're going to be going ham on the Mechano. He throws out the Desperate Pair. Pops his PS, but he just dies through Desperate Pair, PS, everything. And oh my god. You were probably just calling me a loser, which was mean. Very mean.
I didn't mean it.
You didn't mean it. It's too bad. Can't take it back. Okay, so guys, we're gonna be getting this game going. Ski gonna be charging on in. He's gonna be over onto Mystic, and Koska gonna be on the back of Ski for now. Ski actually the one doing most of the damage here, though. Koska already down to 40% HP. The AoE sack comes out from Kaluthian. Everyone rotting so low. A huge start here from Jpeg's team. He does have that eradication up. He's going to town with it right now. The disarm immediately comes out on the Bladestorm, though. The coil onto Kaluthian. Can they have anything off that? They're going to swap it over onto him. Just try to keep that pressure up, it looks like. We can see the offensive dispels even coming in onto Kaluthian there from Jpeg's pet. And Jpeg now will be the target here from Kostiga. And the Lust goes up, and here they go. What are they going to go on? It looks like it is Jpeg. No, the swap comes in onto Mechano. Mechano triggers the charge into a Hodge, so PS goes up. Will it be enough? 50% HP on him. He's going to get feared off that. Jpeg in trouble as well. Jpeg has to trigger that charge. Jpeg has to use his Hellstone as well, and he's just dying over there. Everyone is dying, and Kosta's getting low as well. Kosta overextending here. Could he be punished for this? He has to sacrifice up. The Bladestorm comes in. It will be disarmed, but Kosta pulling back out. He's going to charge back in. He's LOS and Kaluthian really hard, but will it pay off? Mechano has topped himself out for now, but he's going to be Thunderstormed off the map, and I mean, look at that damage. Desperate Pair, Hellstone comes in. The Lava Burst, dipping him down to 30% HP. Mechano in so much trouble, has to get out of there, but Koska sticking heavily on the back of him. The bubble was used by Kaluthian. We do see that Shadow Fiend coming out, but Mechano looks like he's just going to go down 10% HP. Can he stay alive somehow, some way? He needs some peels. The wall comes out from Koska. Koska just trying to stay on top of him, trying to keep him pinned down, keep him low on HP. The MS just gets reapplied. He is getting away a little bit. He needs to keep some space. He needs to stay away, but the full Hodge comes in. This could be it if they are able to reconnect. A nice intervene into the charge. The Hex is out on Jpeg. Mechano somehow still alive, though, 40% HP on him, and they need to turn it around. They need to get the pressure going. Wings has been popped by Kaluthian. He wants to keep his team offensive. But Mechano, 30% HP, 20% HP. A nice charge on Koska there, trying to keep him away. Bladestorm coming out. There's the Thunderstorm once again. Mechano, though, just going to try to pull across to the other side. He gets charged instantly on the penance, so MS once again reapplied. Battle Stance here. Execute's probably going to come in. 10% HP. The Trinket has been popped as well, trying to heal himself up as much as he can. He fakes the pummel with the penance, but will it be enough? 5% HP. Somehow, some way, still alive. 3%. He gets around the pillar. Could he get a heal off here? He's still kiting away. Koska not back to him just yet. He needs to get around the pillar. Oh no, Koska gets a charge, and I think that is it. Oh my god, 1% HP. Mystic feared off. I can't believe he's surviving. The penance comes in, but a full Hodge now. He's just been under so much pressure the whole game. He's still alive, but that is going to be the end. And what a crazy game, man. Mechano did great. But the game has started up. And Jpeg trying to get those dots out early on. We're going to see if they can do something here, if they're going to be able to come back, as they are already down 2 games in this best of 5. They only have, they don't have a game to give anymore. Jpeg already down to half HP, taking a lot of damage early on. Is in Fel Armor. Maybe he wants to swap it over to Demon Armor, but maybe it just feels like he's not the main target and needs to get out as much damage as possible, which I can understand, as they are going on his Priest very heavily. So sitting in the Fel Armor, going to get those more powerful dots out. Look at this start from them. Koska down low, Mystic down low, Kaluthian down low as well. He does pop his Divine Favor, trying to catch back up, but he's not able to just yet. And now there's a swap over on him. Koska may go down 5%, 3% HP, 2% HP, 1% HP, and he does live with the wall. The bubble is out too. He Aura Masteries as he gets MD'd, but everything has been used, and Kaluthian may just go down. He gets unrelentingly assaulted. He gets overpowered on his heel. The Bladestorm coming in. MCS, he's going to go down. And what a game from longtime OCC. Can they get the cross call on Jpeg? The PS comes out. I don't think so. And geez, what pressure coming out from them, man. That was ridiculous.
That was insane.
We'll see see what he's going to be able to get done. He's on Mystic right now. He's going to have the Tremor down. He does kill off that Tremor. He's going to get bopped out of the Warrior Fear, though. We'll see if they're going to be regretting that later on. Ski is caught in the Earth Grab now. He's not going to be able to get dispelled. Mechanu taking a lot of damage. Already has the Desperate Prayer. And this map is where they did train him so hard. They knock him down to the bottom. They try to just get the Thunderstorm and then knock him down and then just go him. And are they going to be able to get that? We'll see if they can. So far, he's actually avoiding this knockoff really well. And look at Koska. Koska overextending down 20%, 10% HP. The bubble has to be used. He's still down dangerously low. And Mechanu just kiting away so well. Wall has to be popped. The bubble is expiring. Mystic is getting low. And this strategy, maybe they were too predictable this time, man. They're shutting down the Thunderstorm from Mystic, and it's just not working out just yet. He's taking a lot of damage still, though. He's going to be in a lot of pressure. But look at the spam fears on Mystic, keeping him away. And Kaluthian getting low. Are they going to make the swap to Kaluthian? Kaluthian, is at 60% HP. The Lust is about to expire. Mechanu still getting low here. Still has his PS available, though, I do believe. Yeah, he does. And he is kiting away, and Koska may go down here. There's a CS onto Kaluthian. Koska, 30% HP, 10% HP. Could he go down? Flash comes out. He gets charged on it. I think that's going to be it. And oh my god, it's all tied up. 2-2. Such a good play. Such a good play from that team, man. They expected it, and they countered it perfectly. He went Dwarf, and they denied the Thunderstorm the entire game. He was never able to get anything off. Mystic just got shut down the whole game, start to finish. And it's just such good play from...
Very briefly, I think he has like 3 or 4 pieces, one being a ring, so... Power
we'll
Shield
see.
is up on his whole team, though, so really nice job already. Jpeg juiced an instant shock, really nice job. Dotting up Corruption onto everybody. COA onto Koska. Jpeg caught inside of a Hex, gets knocked away. Koska down to 66% already. 50%.
Man, he's just LOSing his Pally the whole time, man. Look at this. I mean, he's just chasing after, getting way too aggressive, I feel. Just never in LOS of his Pally, and his Pally has to use Aura Master, he has to use Div Favor already. He's making it really hard for him. The Bladestorm comes out, will it be disarmed? He's kiting away from him. There's the disarm now. We do see Mechanu getting kind of low, but he's going to be able to get a Flash Heal off there. He did have to use his Trinket. He has Desperate Prayer and PS available. Koska already has the Lust defensively, and they see the Shield Wall coming out as well. There's a charge. They're going to swap it over on Kaluthian, keep that pressure up. There's the MCS following that up. Is there Death Coil going to come in? The Death Coil not available, but still, Kaluthian getting very low. The Shield Wall is now over, and Koska's still low, but he gets a huge heal there from Mystic, who crit that Lesser Healing Wave, and that's going to try to catch them up a little bit. Another Lesser Healing Wave coming out. Mystic at 50% HP. Kaluthian has topped the other two off, though, but the coil comes on Mystic. They're going to swap hard on him. Could he go down here? Bob comes out, 10% HP. It gets dispelled immediately. He's in still a lot of trouble. Devin interrupts here for Kaluthian. The Tongues goes up. Mystic may just go down 5%. This could be it. Soldiering coming in. MCS. He can't shock it. And Soldiering does take 3% HP. He goes down. And that is it. The comeback train.
They did it. They did it. I think.
3 in a row, man. I think he's going to be okay. He has the PS, and wow, what good play, man. 3 straight games.
Did it.
I guess they're using a different comp.
I guess he's chicken, man. Maybe he's saving himself for Jpeg. Maybe he's trying to keep the bench warm so that way he's ready to hop off, you know?
It could be that, man. That's true. We do have Vertex going to get charged onto. It looks like Victorson's going to be starting off on him, and Victorson is in fact playing prod. It does seem so. Interesting to see that the Shockwave does come in. There's the silence with that heroic throw onto Marana, and Marana going to get the penance out though now onto Vertex. He's going to be okay. Victorson, the one taking most of the damage now, as Victorson is pushing him pretty far. He's down to half HP right now, down to 40% HP briefly there. Sovereign going to be put into the web route, into that trap now. The AoE sacrifice was up for it though. Nice job by him. He got it out in that web stun before the trap came in, so he was able to break that with the sacrifice, and good job with that. Everyone's pretty fine though. I mean, Murata's even sitting down to drink here, just in case it does turn into a mana battle. He's going to get back to full mana.
Yeah. So there's the mount up by Victorson. He's got a cool little Zulian Tiger. You guys can get it too. Hop on arena-tournament.com. Vertex gets put into a Shockwave down to 85%. Probably going to see a decently long game. There are 2 LE Shamans and 2 healers in the match. So expect a decently long game, possibly going up to 30, maybe 40% even. There's a trap going out onto Sovereign. He does get out of it thanks to a Trinket. Silencing shot immediately after that. Not too sure how much I like that Trinket. I feel like that was pretty early, but no damage buff yet, so it will be up by the time the damage buff does come. quite a bit before, actually, so keep that in mind. Knockback on Victorson. Victorson's going to charge back over onto Carl, our Ellie Shaman hero. Thunderstorm does get rooted, actually. Oh no, I'm sorry, it was a Purge, not a Thunderstrike. That would have been 2 in a row. Anyway, Vertex down to 65%, put inside of a Shockwave. Flash Shield being cast by Mirana. It does land full. Home Rainer gets dispelled out of that fear that came from Mirana. Mirana caught in a concussive blow. Vertex down to 41%. Goes up to feign death. May actually want to use one of his deterrences right here because he is pretty low on health. Lust is going to be used by Victorson, Home Rainer, and Sovereign X. Vertex down to 54%. He's in a disarm.
Well, he actually deters the Shockwave. That's a really good job by him there. You know, because he may have had to actually trigger the end deter anyway if he didn't get that. So does save him 1 cooldown at least. And Mirana able to sit through that Hex as well. The defensive scatter coming out here may just trap Victorson. No, it's just gonna be a root trap back behind the pillar there. They're gonna go on a Home Raider X. It looks like a little bit. Vertex though, you know, taking most of the damage honestly so far, and it seems like. You know, they have gotten Victorson down to 47%, but it doesn't seem like he was ever really in too much danger. And the big Shockwave comes in, hitting both Carl and Vertex there. Mirana in the background is always seeming to be in pretty good positions and able to get those heals out very, very well. Interesting that they are playing Blood Elf, though. Kind of surprising. What do you think about that?
I'm not a big fan of the Blood Elf, man. I mean, they look very pretty and all, and it's fine if you're PvEing as a healer, I guess, but there are better ratios in the game.
I mean, I understand they have Tremor and everything, but still, you know, if your Shaman gets hexed and you get feared, then you have to use a trinket on that instead of a will. It seems like a pretty silly thing to do. But anyway, we'll see if it does pay off. There's the fear. Pretty. That's true, you do. There's the fear coming out, the silence onto Vertex with that shield bash, and Vertex taking some damage. Victorson definitely he briefly dips down to about 45% HP there, and is going to be taking a decent amount of damage, but gets picked back up very, very quickly. Sovereign going to pop his plea. He's going to pop back behind the pillar as well. Try to keep that up. We do have Shadow Fiend still available for Mirana, so although she is at 12,000 mana, going to be okay. And the trap, nice actually, Earth Grab trap. There from Vertex and Carl, so really good job actually, not having to scatter or anything to get the trap.
Yeah, for sure. Victorson down to 72%, 51% now caught inside of that Vertex, just tunneling into him. Carl most likely going to line up the big Flame Shock in the Lava Burst combo. Wall actually used by Victorson right there. He is taking a lot of damage. Sovereign did use his AoE sack at the same time. Down to 25%. He's going to have to bubble. Still trying to pick up Victorson, but Vertex taking a lot, down to 35%. Who's been down to 31 this game. 57%, 50%. There's a rapid fire coming out. They're trying to hit Home Rainer. Home Rainer down to 14%. He catches the bop. Purge is being spammed by Carl. Will he end up getting it? He does manage to get the bop, but is it a little bit too late? Home Rainer playing that Draenei, so he does have that self-heal if he needs it. He actually did use it right there. Still just
and the Lust has been popped now. Lust does go up there, and they want to try to finish off Home Rainer. Will he be able to get away here and get these Lusts off? He needs to spam Purge, man. He needs to be purging right now. He's not doing it just yet. Actually, no Purges have come out from him. He's actually just going to try to turn around and do some damage. I really feel like he needs to purge all the Lusts first before he does that. But I guess he disagrees because not even one Purge coming out from him. So seems pretty silly choice, though, because Lust is just such a scary cooldown to leave up.
There it is. Here comes a big burst coming from Home Rainer onto the pet. Looks like it's at about 68% health for now.
Tap of the spider.
Right. Damn it, Isaac.
And we do see the chain lightning coming in. The lava burst proc. Oh my god. The pet just gets erased, and Vertex now, without that pet, is in a lot of trouble. He has no sacrifice, no Master's Call either. He's at 30% HP, gets disarmed, can't deterrence right now. Is there any CC for Mirana? It doesn't look like it just yet. He is going to be at 50%. They're just swapping over on a Carl briefly, but Victorson may go down at 20%, 10% HP. Can he get away? 5% HP. He's going to charge back in for the conk blow. That's going to be not landing, unfortunately, for him, though. 40% HP now. Sovereign landing some big heals. We are the 10% damage and healing buff right now. Victorson is at about 50% HP. We see Vertex with the disengage there, going for the pet revive. They don't want to let him get that off. They want to sit on Vertex now and make sure he can never get his pet back out.
Yeah, so you see Vertex down to about half health. Home Rainer still trying to do damage into him. Lava Burst coming in, down to 16%. Deterrence has to be popped after a feigned death. Home Rainer, man, I feel like this guy's next Lava Burst might actually land the kill. Penance being cast by Mirana. Shotgun to Home Rainer. It looks like he did juke it. Carl gets shocked right there. Hex being cast. He tries to bait the grounding totem. There it is. Grounding totem is dropped. Hex being cast once again. It's just a little hex war. You see these two shamans trying to hex each other, and it actually ends up not being cast. Lava Burst going in on the Vertex, gets grounding totem by Carl. These two shamans are really duking it out. It's like a little mini game being played. I like it. Carl ends up being hexed. Victory goes to Home Rainer in that mini game. The Spider is back out. It does have Flame Shock up on it. It's probably
there's the shear on the penance though, and Vertex could be in a little bit of trouble. The AoE sacrifice comes up there. Vertex was dipping kind of low, and it looks like he's able to kite well enough though that he can get away and avoid most of that damage. But you know, with the 20% damage buff up in a couple of seconds here, anyone who gets caught in a bad spot could just go down instantly. You know, you need those heals constantly coming in to be able to stay alive with this damage buff. There's the scatter. Nice charge though comes out, going to deny that trap from ever landing. Are they going to trap off this Earth Grab route though? They got it last time, not able to get it this time though, as Salveron's going to freedom himself out of there. Rage regen was popped by Victorson last stand as well, maybe a bit preemptive, but the 20% buff is up, and now no deterrence available for Vertex. He is going to disengage out of there as he gets disarmed. He put the Roar sack up as well. He did get a new pet out, but it may go down here. It is very, very low. Catching some big heals though from Mirana, who's getting low on mana here. Quite low, and no Shadow Fiend for about a minute and a half still for him. So we do see the fear now onto Carl. Carl's going to be caught in that as the Tremor Totem was killed off, so nice job doing that. Victorson throws up the Spell Reflect, trying to charge back over to Vertex perhaps, but no, not feeling safe to do so just yet.
Yeah, you can see Victorson down to 72% health. Lava Burst being cast into the Spider right now. It gets knocked back at the same time. 55%. Home Rainer really just trying to kill that. Vertex being soloed by Victorson right now, down to 43%. Chainline did go off into Vertex, so you know Home Rainer is helping out when he can. He's caught in a root right now. Freedom does come out. Carl tunneling into Home Rainer. The Hunter's most likely going to join in the battle soon, but he's really just being pillar kited by Home Rainer at this point. Freedom is still on Home Rainer. It's now faded. The Spider is at 41%. Lava Burst being cast into it. He does get shocked. Looks like the pet will not die for now. 30% debuff does come up in about 42 seconds. The trap does go off. It will end up landing on the Sovereign. Intervene attempt by Victorson was unable to get it. Let's see. Is Vertex going to go down here at 64%? Lava Burst does end up landing on it. 50% is what he went to. He deterred a little bit early, I feel like, but you know, you never really know. At 20% debuff, you're going to be spiking a lot. Probably best to just play it safe. Aspect of the Viper, so the Hunter's not going to be doing too much damage. Sovereign taking a lot of damage though, 90% health. Home Rainer, he's doing okay on mana. He's doing a little bit better than Carl. Sovereign at 7,400, Mirana at 3,600. So this game might actually be a mana game. Vertex, 80% health. Carl, 65%. Throws out the Thunderstorm. Sovereign at 51% inside of a Silencing Shot. Going to buff himself. He gets purged off almost immediately though. Picks himself up to 100 quite nicely. Lava Burst being cast right now. It does end up landing. It doesn't do too much damage. The Spider is at 35%. Sovereign just gets bursted. Boom, boom, pow. Roasted.
Yeah, that's gonna be it, man. And honestly,
in wrath.
Yeah, wing clip, yo. Big wing clips out. We do have Vertex pulling back here. Victorson taking some damage from the alley, but looks like Vertex is gonna be. I'm gonna reload UI really quick, guys, actually, because I forgot to do that before. Otherwise, it'll lag. So
sure. So right now, Victorson was caught inside of a mind control. There was a scatter shot on a Sovereign. He did manage to sack right beforehand. The whole team, Carl, Vertex, and Mirana, are looking completely fine on health. Lowest anyone's gotten is 86. Charge goes out onto Carl, gets caught in a concussion blow right after that. Victorson is at 80% health. He's just trying to waddle back to his pillar. He's actually going to intervene back to it, going for a soft reset right here. No one's really used any cooldowns aside from our Paladin. He has used Sacrifice, which is a little unfortunate for him. The Priest did use Power Infusion as well. You know, Power Infusion dispels, lowering that global does help out quite a bit. Also, if you're going for the mana burns, it helps out a ton, so keep that in mind. Scatter shot on the Victorson, it has faded by now, though. You know, not too much going on. Kind of a slow start.
yeah, I mean, I think both teams. You know, as we've said, the Hyper plus healer teams are very, very tough to finish off. So, especially, well, we do have one team with an MS, but in general, unless it's very high pressure comps, when there's a hybrid on the team, it's going to be longer games. You're kind of waiting for the healing debuff, unless something some sort of mistake is going to be made. And just at this level, it's like the players are kind of too good. They're shutting down each other's bursts. They're stopping all the CC. They're just kind of doing everything pretty damn well. So they're not really letting the other teams get the setups that they need to get the kills early on. It's more just kind of trying to grind these teams down, get through their cooldowns, and then once they don't have anything left, then maybe try to go for the kill.
Yeah, you are indeed right. So, Home Rainer going for the Hex. It does end up getting Silencing Shot. Caught in a Concussion Shot after that. Vertex down to 75% health. He's pretty much okay for now. Flame Shock up on him. It's pretty slow, guys. It's Thundercleave. Victorson dips down a little bit low, down to 20%. He has to use Last Stand and Rage Regen. but you know, he's behind the pillar. Scattershot does go out onto Sovereign. Is the trap gonna go out? Will it get eaten? Victorson does eat it. Really nice job by him. He's a hungry little gnome, and he ate that trap. Hex goes out onto Home Rainer. It's about to expire though. Victorson down to 60%. Uses his Gnomish Escape Artist to hop over onto Vertex. Vertex is gonna jump away.
There's the
a
lust,
being
yeah.
used.
And I think they were looking for that disarm, but he doesn't actually have it up, and Vertex is able to kite pretty well here. But Vertex is taking a lot of damage now. They have connected 40% HP. Gonna have to deter. Catching some big heals from Marana though. Top back off almost instantly, and you can see Carl doing a good job. He purged off the lust off both of them almost instantly. He got lust off of the pally as well. Marana almost just instantly dying though. Will he actually go down? 20% HP, comes out with the penance, and he is going to be able to get that off. There's the Hodge onto Vertex. Vertex going to sit through that. Marana's still in some trouble, but the Earth Grab comes in. Will peel this gnome back off, but the Freedom comes out now. There's the web root now. They're just trying to use everything to keep Victorson off of Marana, and it looks like it's going to work.
Yeah, Victorson down to 53% health, Vertex down to 58%. Lots of damage being tunneled into both players right now. Vertex still just trying to hit Victorson. Victorson getting a kite back. He did catch the bop. It does get purged off almost immediately. There are 2 offensive dispels that dispel 2 buffs each. So it's not up for a long time whatsoever. Victorson's still at 55%, still just trying to stop some pressure. There's a concussion blow on the Vertex. We have been seeing him try and use that on the healers mostly, so you know he's worried about staying alive for now. Vertex down to 55%. Marana throws out the power infusion, casting the flash heals. Nice telephone, Isaac. 31% on Victorson. He's going to disengage away. 45% onto Vertex. Still relatively low on mana. Hodge goes out onto Carl. Not getting dispelled out of that. It was a little bit short, so Marana said, you know what, I don't really need to dispel
There's
this.
the shockwave though on Marana, and Marana was taking a bit of damage, but Home Rainer is going to have most of the damage turned around on him. 20% HP on him. He is going to have to pull back and back behind the pillar, and we do have the 10% up in a minute. I mean, so a lot of that pressure is actually coming from both these two teams before that buff, which is something I didn't expect to happen as much as it is really. But there's the fear coming in. There's no tremor down, so the bubble has coming from Sovereign. Victorson in a lot of trouble. Lust coming out. Victorson with the immediate shield wall. There's the Hex on Home Rainer. It was a bit of a 3v1 situation, but it doesn't look like it's going to work out. Will Home Rainer actually purge the Lust this time? Once again, not really going for it at all. I feel like that's a huge mistake, and he's just not doing it. Now they... did they get purged now? Yeah, okay, good. He did purge them off now. So we're okay.
Home Rainer down to 46% though. 18% actually, 11% taking so much damage. Shockwave goes out, Thunderstorm, but no, he will end up falling instead.
Oh my god, I hit hard. Is swapping in so he can try to do some trash talk. He wants to come in for the trash talk on the last game. We'll see if he's going to be able to get his way. He's going to be over on Marcus here. And both teams have actually swapped up their comm man. I guess that's why he swapped in, is because the Warlock came in.
Okay, well how'd they do that? They're wizards, aren't they?
They slash you.
Hit hard. Oh, that's a wizardy play. So OMJ hit hard down to 66%. He's actually taking the most damage of all teams right now. Carl down to 86% as well. He's just charging down over, right back onto this Warlock. This Warlock, you know, as soon as the Bladestorm comes in, he's gonna have to pour it away. So OMJ Hidard might want to save his Bladestorm until he gets an interrupt. How about that? How's that for next level play, Isaac?
Yeah, it'd be good, but he can still get disarmed on it, so not the biggest deal, I think, you know, with Sovereign sitting on the back of him. But you know, Marcus is kind of pulling away here. He's trying to go for faking out of the shocks. He doesn't pull out that life drain, but he's going to cancel it immediately. Throws out Shadow Flame. There's a Death Coil on OMG, and he's taking a lot of damage actually. We see the Thunderstorm coming in though. Going to punt them away. Carl taking some damage as well, and Marcus is really struggling to get dots out now. I mean, he has you know 2 instant dots on Oh My God, I hit hard. He has 1 on Carl. He's going to pour it out of there, but that means his Bladestorm is available, so Sovereign has to be close. He has to be ready to disarm that Bladestorm. But look at the damage coming in from Carl. The EM did come out onto Sovereign. They're going to bop the MS off. The Rage Regen comes in. There's the Intimidating Shout on his Drainer. It's going to be trinketed immediately. The Lust comes up, and they're going to go hard onto Marcus here. The Sacrifice is put up, but it's purged off immediately there by Carl. And they want to do a ton of damage to this Warlock. And you can see they are going to be able to do it. Unrelenting Assault is up on him. Bladestorm coming out here. It's going to be both players disarming each other. No, my mistake. Just Sovereign going to get disarmed there. Oh my God, I hit hard. Getting very, very low, though. Has to be careful here. But he's just still just kind of keeping charging in there. I mean, they have the Lust still up. He's going to be Hodge, though. 20% HP, not trinketing. That is a real soul drain. He's going to get shocked, though. The bop comes out. Carl still sitting a little bit low. but just need to some way see some more dots coming up from this Warlock if they ever want to finish him off. But I mean, he has fake pummels, he has fake unrelenting assault, there's shocks, there's groundings. But look at Carl. Carl getting dangerously low, man, down to 20% HP. Drainer even throwing an offensive holy shock into him as he was super low, but we didn't actually see Sovereign able to swap over to him.
You know, a slight mistake by Marcus, our Warlock. He did summon a new pet, but he still doesn't have Soul Link. He actually got stunned. OMJ hit art down to 30%. Knuckles throws out the Hodge. Looks like it is going to land full on a Drainer. He's not going to be able to get devoured out of that one. OMJ hit art still just kiting away. Sovereign trying to catch back up to him. OMJ hit art going to charge back over. Sovereign going to charge over once again. OMJ hit art down to 23% and a lot of trouble right here. Throws up the spell for that Carl may have to try and start healing him. The Carl is just going for the big damage. OMJ hit art down to 22%. Is it time to bench him? Is it time to let him sit down? Carl at 55% health.
Full lock.
That was a full lockout.
Yeah, full lockout. No, my OMG is in trouble. He has to trigger that Hodge. He's trying to get out of there, but Carl's spamming out those lesser healing waves, and I think he is going to be okay. He's going to get top back off, and they're going to go aggressive once again here. And as you said, Marcus doesn't have Soul Link up. He never noticed that he got stunned at the same time. He pressed Soul Link, and there it goes. Okay, so that's a big deal. He didn't notice. And he's at 50% now. Has to catch back up with Drainer. Drainer needs to get him top back off before the MS goes back up. It makes it it's twice as hard to heal him back up if MS is up, and he does land a big heal right before MS goes up, so that's a big deal for them. They do have that Turn Evil coming out, but Carl getting the big Lava Burst out. Bladestorm coming out. There's no disarm just yet. Now it's going to be disarmed, but it did a lot of damage. Knuckles is sitting at half HP, but he still has his bubble, still has his trinket. OMG hit hard is pretty low as well. The U8 spell caught there by Knuckles, but there's the Bladestorm coming in on OMG, and he's down to 20% HP. He throws out the disarm a little bit late and disarms the shield block as well, trying to reduce as much damage as possible. Knuckles, though, looking like he is going to be okay to top his team back off. He's just spamming out those flashes onto him, and they both are fully top now. We see Drainer is just completely at this point. He's going to have to put up the plea, but he puts up the plea while they're on him. It's probably going to get purged off, to be honest, and all those buffs are getting purged. Will it get removed? No. A nice spear, actually. Intimidating shout put on the Carl to deny that dispel. So good job there by Sovereign, I have to say, and OMG is getting kind of low once again. He's down to 30%, but can they ever actually finish him off? 20% HP. Aura Mastery goes up there from Knuckles. Knuckles going to get charged on the heal, though. Nice job, 4%. He's going to go down. Knuckles not using the bubble or the trinket, and the Trash Talker. Alright, so here we go. It's going to be Marcus. Marcus is once again going to be doing a lot of damage here. He has, it looks like, oh my god, I hit hard, is staying in, so they are going to keep going with this. He's going to get Death Coiled off. He does trinket the Death Coil immediately. He's at 70% HP, and looks like that's the only cooldown that's really been used so far is Trinket. I mean, I guess Aura Mastery has been used by Knuckles as well. There's the charge back onto, oh my god, I hit hard. He's taking quite a bit of damage. The pummel does come out from him onto Marcus, and he's trying to do a ton of damage. Marcus is getting pretty low actually right now, 40% HP. Needs to get some space from his board as well. 10% HP, may just die. Bob comes out, 2% HP. Lust goes up. Big heal comes in with the wings, but is going to be enough. He needs to get away, man. They're going to swap over onto his pet as well. You see the Lava Burst going in on his pet. The nice preemptive health funnel, but it's not enough just yet. He's going to try to resummon his pet back behind the pillar. It doesn't look like it's going to happen, though. Can the Pally actually stop it? No, but the intercept comes in. He's going to have to Feldom. Let's hope he doesn't get pummeled on that. I don't know if he actually has it. Does he? He does, I think. So he needs to actually port and Feldom, man. You can't be sitting without Soul Link. He may just go down 10% HP, 30% HP. Throws out that fear. He's getting some heals here. There's the disarm. What is he doing? He does have it. Why doesn't he Feldom? What's going on, Conrad?
For his port. Yeah, I think he was waiting for his port, but he had a life tap immediately after.
He's gonna die.
He's getting Blade Storm. He's trying to cast a fear. He gets shocked. He's in so much trouble. Bubble on Drainer. Look at everyone dying. If he picks him up, he's a miracle man. But no, he will end up falling. OMG, hit hard. Says GG. Smiley face.
Unless the Feldom was already used right at the start, I'm not sure.
I think he was. God.
Oh no. Oh no. Why, Malaco? Why? Alright,
well.
So let's get comfortable, guys. We may be here a while.
We only have 5 of these, so don't worry. Maximum of 5.
Oh god.
Chain Lightning being cast. There's a Hodge at the same time with a Concussion Blow. Little chargey charge. Little Spell Reflect. Lava Burst. Flash of Light, Lightning Bolt.
You're just
Heroic
saying
Strike.
spells. You're not commentating.
Totem.
Alright, so guys, Victorson's going to be on the back of Koska. We see Lavaverse coming in there from Mystic X. Mystic X trying to get some damage going here. We'll see what he's going to be able to get done, but both Shamans are going to be trying to shut each other down, stop each other's damage while going into the Warriors for now, it looks like. Will be interesting to see if we see any swaps to the Paladins, or exactly what is going to happen here. But Koska taking most of the damage right now. Double flame shots on Mystic X as he was reflected onto. There's a charge over onto Mystic X. He's going to drop the Stone Claw, trying to pull away. Taking quite a bit of damage, so he does get the intervene buff, so going to take a little less damage because of that. And he will get healed back up over here behind the pillar. He's actually going to use his shear on the reflect there from Victorson. Victorson in a DR'd Hodge will get healed back up by Sovereign though. No real danger there. And if the fear comes in, Tremor's going to be down though, so Kaluthian gets out of that. No trinkets have been used on either side just yet. Home Rainer X taking the most of the damage right there, down about 60% HP, but he's once again top back off. The shear does land though onto Sovereign, so Mystic with a nice shear there onto him. It looks like Home Rainer X is going to be going on to Victorson once again here, trying to get something set up onto him. He's just free casting a little bit. Now going to swap it over onto Mystic, and Mystic and Home Rainer just kind of having a little battle here in the middle. The shear does land on him. Now they're going to shear each other. We see the Totem Wrath dropping back down. Lavaverse does come out, but no one losing too much HP just yet.
Yeah. Shockwave. I'm sorry, I'll stop. Concussion Blow does go out from Koska. He throws out the Shockwave immediately after that. Victorson is trying to hit Koska. Koska is trying to hit Victorson. You know, it's one of those matches going on right now. 5 seconds under armor onto Victorson, same with Koska. Revenge and Shield Slam do go out. Intervene on over. You know, it is actually really hard to know what's going on. Everybody's the same in this. They're all the same. You got 2 Paladins, 2 Ellies, everyone's an Orc or a Blood Elf. I'm just saying.
That's true, but here's the swap over on a Sovereign Man. Sovereign actually taking some damage. Conquo into the silence, and he is going to get that Holy Shock off. Home Rainer X was spamming those Lesser Healing Waves out. And okay. You're actually the worst person ever. Koska is at 60% HP, going to get disarmed. He is Flame Shocked up. And taking some damage here. Victorson taking a bit of damage himself as well. He's at 60%. Throwing out the Conquo onto Kaluthian. So they're going to try to swap it over onto Kaluthian right now. I feel like they need the Hex on Mystica. They did get it. So Kaluthian could be in a little bit of trouble. Is he going to get sheared? No, he's going to be able to fake. He's going to be able to land that half flash of light. Is going to be back up to full HP. And we'll have to see exactly what's going to happen with that. Koska is at 60%, 50% right now. It's going to be okay though.
Yeah, he'll be fine for now. Kaluthian down to 51% health, 100% now. Victorson down to 70. Nope, he's up to about 85. 82%, 100% health. 10% does kick in a minute and 10. There's a shotgun going out onto Kaluthian. Kaluthian at 60% now. Uh-oh. Hex being cast by Mystic. It doesn't look like it was landed. Home Rainer has dipped to 50% this game. Koska has dipped to 49% this game. Everyone's actually dipped relatively low. It's just that they sort of dip there using all their offensive cooldowns, and they don't really have to use any defensive cooldowns, so they just bring it back quite easily. You can see mana-wise, Kaluthian's doing much better than Sovereign. Also choosing to rebuff Blessing of Wisdom, which I do like. That is very important. Mystic X going for the drink. And yeah, you know, we're pretty much just waiting for the percents, guys.
Yeah. Well, you know, you never know. Maybe something could happen on one of the healers, but yeah, I think we are just waiting for the percents. And the Thundercleaves have been kind of the downside of this tournament. These Thundercleave matches are not that exciting. Hex is going to land out there on a Mystic X. He's going to be able to trinket that though. Now trying to go for a Hex of his own, but going to fake that. We see Home Rainer is just going to be able to LOS it now as well after his shock was down, so he's not going to be able to eat anything right there. Koska just pulling back behind the pillar, and the 10% buff is now up, so we'll see exactly what's going to happen here. I think honestly it'll probably need to get to 20 or 30% at least before anything really happens. You know, the teams aren't even blowing any cooldowns, knowing they're not really going to be able to get kills. Until that does stack up. So, you know, both teams do still have their lust, so we're going to see if anyone's going to be able to make a good swap with that, or what they're really going to be waiting for. You know, Mystic, the only player in the game without a trinket, and that was really not even a needed trinket, he just kind of did it. So we'll see. Here comes swap over at Sovereign, perhaps, but he is going to get knocked away. The Sovereign is Shockwave to half HP. Big damage coming in, 6% HP. Almost died instantly there. And really not even any cooldowns were used to get that, so he could be in trouble next time they swap to him.
Yeah, for sure. That was actually pretty exciting right there. Victorson dipped down a little bit low as well. So now it's time for Victorson and Homelander to go on the offensive. Who do they want to go for? Who do they want to blow all their cooldowns on? My target would be Kaluthian. You know, Sovereign, he dipped. Why not Kaluthian? Bloodlust is used this early into the game. I would have preferred to save that until the percents are actually much higher. First being spam, Kaluthian down to 33%. He may actually have to bubble. There's a holy shot, gets him back up to 50%. Uses Aura Master. He's at 94%, though 100%. He's completely fine. Flashlight's being cast. Hex goes out onto Homelander. Mystic X is really good at the little Hex duels. Victorson now at 70% health. Sovereign caught inside of a shockwave. Victorson still 50% health. Uses his Orc Racial. He's going to be doing a little bit more damage. Koska doing a lot of damage himself. It'll be interesting to look at the scoreboard at the end to see who did more damage to whom. Homelander now caught inside of a silence effect right now. He is out of it. Kaluthian at 65% health. They need to just keep hitting him, man. Keep swapping over onto him. He's going to cast that flash of light. Looks like it will land. It does land. So he's at 100% health. Completely fine. Mystic X did just juke that shock, I believe. Koska still, you know, hovering at about 70%. 20% will kick in 3, 2, 1. The 20% debuff is up. Everyone doing 20% more damage, taking 20% more healing. 62% health on Kostka. Victorson, Sovereign, and Homelander sitting pretty at 100 on everybody. Kaluthian being swapped to pretty hard right now. 43%, taking a lot of damage, in a little bit of trouble. 35% health, back up to 70 from a single flash, or shock. Flash? Holy shock, that's what it's called. Yeah, I'm a commentator. Gets shockwave right there, 73% health. Homelander down to 63%. Still's trying to run behind this code, 25% health, in a little bit of trouble. He chooses to Divine Shield. He did not want anything big to land on him. Homelander in a lot of trouble too. Wow, he dipped down to 6% there, 14%. Sovereign did just use the Bob, and he's using Greater Healing Wave back up to 100%. Holy!
Yeah, and I mean, they do still have their lust available. Sovereign, Homelander, and Victorson do still have their lust. So they're maybe just even going to wait for 30% or going to wait for that perfect setup, but you know, no bubble on Kaluthian, no bubble on either side, and there's no trinket until just now, but Kaluthian could be in some trouble if they do want to lust on him and go onto it, because you know he has not that much left. The Aura Mastery does go up, but still, that's his last cooldown right there. He's gonna get stunned. He's at 50% HP. Lust still hasn't come out. Maybe it's gonna come out now. Yeah, it is gonna be. Wait, was it just popped and dispelled? Did I miss it? Oh, never mind. It was already used. I'm retarded. But Sovereign is taking some damage now. He's going to be in the Con Flow. Shockwave off that. Silence going to be thrown out off of that. The favor Holy Shot comes in, though, and he is going to be able to get top back off. And Koska taking some damage now. We're almost at that 30% mark. But, you know, really, it's just all about one setup. They need just one setup, and it's going to be a kill. It's not about pressure, because the healing is equally increased with the damage. So we're just waiting for that kind of the LERNG or someone to get caught in a bad spot and a stun and just die instantly, pretty much.
Yeah. So Kaluthian still 18.7k mana, Sovereign at about 19k. So they're both doing very well. Divine Plea was just used by Sovereign, by the way, so he's going to be doing a little bit less healing. 30% debuff did just kick in. Lava Burst coming in hard. Victorson down to 60%. Big burst is going to happen. I feel like someone could die within 10 seconds. Kaluthian at 81% gets knocked away. Homelander is the one doing that knockback. Sovereign down at 72%. Are they going to swap onto him? 69% health. Victorson down to 78 as well. Healing Wave is being cast by Homelander. Sovereign just dipping back and forth constantly. Casting those flash of lights. Kaluthian taking some damage as well. Caught inside of that shockwave. He may actually go down here at 52% health, 9%, 8%. Those at the Hodge and he will die. Homelander down to 18%. He's in a lot of trouble. Could we get a cross kill going on here? 50% health, and it looks like he will survive. Maybe 30% flash of light being cast. He's just kiting, man. Koska is sticking to him. Knocked away now, and he should be good. Nice lava burst.
Yeah, man, the Thundercleave games are just
I'm playing some music, my man.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
we're gonna have you commentate the beginning of this one because you're far more entertaining than we are.
I don't know about that one.
Victor's dipping low, man. You gotta get talking. Get talking.
Oh, okay. Alright. Well, Victor dropping low down to about 90%. Oh man. Everyone's full health. I cannot get over how insane. I'm on the edge of my seat. Oh, he's actually low. Alright, he's full again. Paladin. Not quite dead. Aura Mastery. He's going to full. There's the healing. He's gonna get behind the pillar, uses freedom, there he goes. And that was interesting, wow. Wow.
Great stuff, Soda. There's a fear on a Mystic. Koska gonna be feared off. He's disarmed into the shockwave. He's down about 70% HP, 50% HP actually. Taking a little bit of damage, and I think everyone here is cheering for MyFemaleDog because they won the first game. And we're gonna see if they're gonna be able to take the next two. Cluthian throws out the Hodge there, but not too much happening. Cluthian dipping a little bit low. Maybe his keyboard will break or something.
That's what we're hoping for. Is for his keyboard not to work. Sovereign, he was dipped down to about 68. He's okay now. Cluthian throwing out the flash shields. Hex being cast by Mystic X. Hodge goes out onto Cluthian. Koska still at about 63% HP. Home Rainer, you know, he's at 100. I do like that Cluthian, Koska, and Mystic X are saving their lust. I feel like that is a very, very good decision. 10% debuff does kick in 3 minutes, my friends.
Yeah,
and Blessing of Wisdom still being recast by Cluthian, so he's on top of it. He's great.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he is, man. Alright, so Cluthian just kind of spamming out those flashes. Both Pallies full mana basically. Everyone's full HP. Victorson did get down to about 60% HP though. Actually getting hit pretty hard there, down to 32% into the shockwave. Silence onto Sovereign. So Sovereign gonna have to drop the AoE sacrifice. Actually some damage coming out here from Koska and Mystic. We do see the Homer is gonna be at 60% HP, 50% HP now, 40. Is gonna have to try to pull back there. So it actually seems like a bit more pressure coming out of this game early on, but still, it's not going to be too much happening early on, and you know, we are really just having to wait for that debuff before anyone's able to die. These two teams are not going to really let anything happen before that. The Hodge does come out on Koska. Mystic was trying to sit down to get a drink, but he is going to get Hex as a result of that. And here comes the swap onto Cluthian. Cluthian is full HP though. He has his trinket, he has his bubble, he has really everything left right now. No one has used their trinket too recently. There's about a minute on the trinket of Sovereign, 30 seconds left on the trinket of Mystic, and everyone else does have those up. So we see there is the swap once again onto Sovereign, but he's okay. And Cluthian is going to be feared off as the Tremor was killed. Mystic caught in that fear as well, but nothing really being set up as a result of that.
Yeah. So, Victorson down to 79% health. Shockwave being cast right here. Cluthian still just trying to get away from Victorson and Home Rainer. He's taking a little bit of damage right here. Has to use his Ore Master. Gets knocked back. Gets charged on that one. 65% health. Koska also in a little bit of trouble, down to 46%. Did use his Concussion Blow on a DPS, I believe. Cluthian now at 50%. May actually have to use his Bubble, because if he takes too much damage instantly, you know, there is the 10% debuff in 1 minute. He might actually just die. There is the Bubble. So we actually have a real game going on right now. 57% health on Cluthian, 40% on Koska.
Yeah, so quite a bit of damage actually going out there, and Bubble is gone, so maybe we'll see Lust used a little bit earlier this game. Lust actually does go up there, yeah, from Cluthian and Koska. Mystic trying to get as much damage out as possible. He's bopped, and we're going to see how much he can really get done with this. He's putting the damage into Sovereign. Sovereign down to 60% HP, but going to be able to get out of LOS, and they are kind of just pulling back now. Homer is probably going to be spamming out those purges, trying to get the Lust off as best he can, but Lust has not been removed from Mystic just yet, and that's really the important one. It has been purged off of Koska, and now he is trying to purge it off of Mystic, but Mystic LOSing, trying to get some damage out here onto Sovereign. Sovereign caught in the Shockwave out in the middle of the map. The Lava Burst does come in, but the AoE Spell Reflect is up as well, so he's going to be okay. Back up to full HP. Koska did trinket in the midst of all that, but he's going to have it back in about a minute and a half, and the buff, first stack of that buff about to go in.
Yep. So, Mystic X, let's see if he can get something done. Let's follow Mystic X around, my friend. 10% buff kicked in 5 seconds ago. He's going to be tunneling into Victorson. Koska down to 70% though. Which team has a win, by the way? Is it Cluthian, Koska, and Mystic X, or Sovereign, Home Rainer, and Victorson?
It's Sovereign. Victorson is taking a lot of damage though. He's in kind of some danger there. He does pop his last stand and his Enraged regen, and he should be okay with that. Sovereign did also trinket, and I mean, we are seeing that Home Rainer X is kind of doing quite a bit of damage here right now to Koska. Koska did dip down a little bit there. He has been down 30%. We have seen Cluthian at 30% as well, and Victorson has gone to 26% this game. But with 10% extra damage coming out, we're going to have to see if anyone can really set anything up. Half HP there on Koska, but he's going to catch a big heal there from Cluthian, and we'll be top right back off.
Yep, so Victorson, 87% health right now. Mystic still trying to do his best to tunnel into him. Grounding Totem did go down. Looks like he managed to stop a purge right there with that Grounding Totem. Koska at 50% health. Throws out the spell, Reflect down to 39%. Sovereign taking a lot of damage down to 30%. Picks back up to 57. Throws out that Flash of Light. He actually, there was a Hex being cast on him too. That was really good. Trying to stop the heals while the Aura Mastery was up. Victorson dipped down to 17%. Yeah, Victorson down to 70%, and Wall was used. Bubble at the same time. Slight overlap in CDs. I don't really like that at all. Homelander was dipped a little bit low. And we are going to have Lust available for Homelander, Sovereign, and Victorson in about 4 minutes. So, you know, they actually get to use it twice this game. I guess it's a longer game than I thought it would be. Victorson at 50% health right now, taking a lot of damage. 20% kicks in 12 seconds. So keep that in mind. We'll be taking 20% more damage, 20% more healing. Victorson down to 43%. The intervene goes up. Concussion Blow was used by Victorson. Mystic X still just tunneling into him all day long. Every single time he runs into the middle of the map, Mystic X will just shoot him with the power of Thor. Koska at 68%, Sovereign at 67%, Homelander at 69%. Taking a lot of damage.
Yep. We do see that we are on 20% buff now, so things are going to start ramping up a little bit, and 60% on Victorson. Victorson does catch a big heal there, though. There's a Hex out on Homelander X, and we're going to see what he can really get done. Koska's going to pop his racial, trying to do some extra damage here to Victorson, but Victorson looking like he is fine. There's a charge over on Cluthian. They're going to do a swap over onto him. The Conk comes out. Shockwave is going to be there to follow it up, and no, it's not just yet. But there's the Shockwave now. Do they have a silence off that? The silence actually gets intervened, it looks like. It's that shield blast. No, it does land. He may actually die here. Bob comes out. Can they purge it off? It's purged off immediately. 18% HP was the lowest mark there for Cluthian, but he's going to be able to instantly get picked up after that. 1 minute until that 30-second mark, and yeah, as you said, the second Lust may actually come up here for Mystic and Koska and them if they do last that long. But Koska dipping pretty low there. A bit of a scary moment for him. 20% HP. Cluthian needs to pick him back up, but he's in the Conk Blow. They're going to swap it over to Cluthian. It looks like Cluthian does trinket, but he says Shield Bash silence. Aura Mastery goes up, but they have the Shockwave. It doesn't look like they can interrupt those heals at all, so he will be top back off. Sovereign, though, going to get charged over onto. Looks like they want to do something here to Sovereign. Sovereign, though, does have that Sacred Shield up. He's able to pop himself back off. Victorson in some trouble, though. Shockwave thrown out defensively. The LE damage coming out so fast, though, from Mystic. Almost took him out. Not quite able to do it, though.
Yeah, Mystic X down to 77% health. Pretty low on mana. 30% kicks in 18 seconds, my friends. Thunderstorm does go off once again. Victorson taking some damage down to 59% health. Lightning Bolt still being cast into him. Sovereign Flash of Lightning. Bubble's available for him in 2 minutes. Bubble just came back up as I said that sentence for Cluthian just now, so keep that in mind. Sovereign going to take a little bit of damage right here. A single Lightning Bolt getting him down to 80%. Wow, that really is a lot of damage, huh? So Homelander, he appears to be the main target now. No, back on Sovereign. Here's a swap onto Sovereign. 90% health. Lightning Bolt still being cast. Lava Burst does go in. 36% health. Picks himself back up. Huge heal right there. Koska down to 63%. Vixen down to 67%. The 30% debuff has been kicked in for the past 26 seconds. Vixen still at 69% health. Catches a Lava Burst. Mystic X completely He actually should probably go for a drink because you want to have mana for when 40% kicks in. Yeah. I would actually say this game is in favor of Sovereign, Homelander, and Vixen right now, despite the fact that they don't have
Lust still, man. Like, you know, both teams still have their Lust, and they're both still holding it. So I don't know if it wouldn't surprise me if both are just going to be popped at the same time, and they're, you know, try to counter the Lust, because 40% damage plus Lust is going to be insane. Sovereign taking some damage here is going to pull back. Behind the pillar, Koska is not going to get out of there. He doesn't want to be put in a bad spot. That it reflect on that Lava Burst. That could have actually been big trouble, as it did huge damage to Mystic, and Victorson got down about 60% HP, even without that landing. Koska taking some damage here himself, down about 60%. He's going to be disarmed for that additional damage as well. But Cluthian in the back, trying to get those heals out. Will there be a Pally swap, though, do you think? I mean, both Pallies with their trinket available. No bubble on Sovereign for a minute, so it'll only come up right at the end of the game. And I think right at this point, they're just realizing, yeah, let's wait for 40%, and then they're going to have to Lust it, and we're going to have to see what's going to be able to get done. But, I mean, it's going to be hard to know exactly what's going to go down, because, you know, Lust is going to increase the speed at which they can purge with each other's buffs, too.
Yeah, you're right. So Victorson down to 61%, 40% in 15 seconds, guys. That is when the big kaboom boom is gonna happen. Sovereign has just used his trinket. Casca down to 80%. I feel like Mystic X is going to be the one to watch. I feel like he's going to be the one to land a kill. I don't know why. I just feel it in my gut. Homelander down to 85%. There's the Hex going out. Doesn't look like it was able to go off. Homelander, he does get Hex actually just now. Victorson dipping down, 84% health. Throws up the Spell Reflect. Just used his trinket as well. We do have 15 seconds of this 40%. We've had it for 15 seconds rather. There's a Thunderstorm by both players right there. Homelander down to 60%. There's a Bloodlust coming from Homelander. Purged off instantly. Mystic X shows his Bloodlust. Purged off instantly. So Bloodlust not really doing anything. But yeah. Homelander taking a little bit of damage. There are 25 seconds left on this game. Victorson at 100% health. Mystic X caught inside of that Hex full. By the time he gets out, there will be 10 seconds remaining on this game, and that is their only real opportunity to land a killer. It will go up 2-1.
Why is Mystic lusting? I don't really understand. They have their lust back up, but they're just never using it.
No, they use it. They have 2 minutes on the debuff.
Really? Oh, okay. So the cooldown comes back up, but the debuff is still there.
Sick burst.
Oh my god, I hit hard is hiding again, man. He's scared.
Wow. OMG hit hard isn't even playing. If he doesn't, no respect.
He's scared.
No respect. You're right. No respect.
All right, so here we go. Jpeg trying to get those dots out early on. We'll see how they're going to do against this. I mean, Jpeg's team played against the other setup last time, so maybe they kind of incorrectly predicted what Jpeg's team was going to run, and that's why they're running this different setup. But the full trap does land onto Mechanu, and he's not able to get the Devour off, unfortunately. So Jpeg actually taking a ton of damage, but so is Carl. Carl down very, very low. The Quill comes out on Carl, and Carl's just going to die without really any cooldowns being used. Jpeg got really low as well, but Carl just flopped, and Miranda had used nothing. What a... Hard is still cowering on the bench, staying away, man. We'll see what they can get done here. Ski's gonna start things off onto Carl. Carl was the target who flopped last game. Full trap already onto Mechanu though. The Devourer is going to get the 100s mark once again, so Jpeg with a little bit of bad luck going to be caught into that web root. He's taking a lot of damage early on here, man. Actually a ton. He's already down to 50% HP. Is that, I'm not sure if that's a Battle Master or he just popped or if it's just a Trinket proc, but either way the icon is up, and I think it was a Trinket proc because it was too short, but 20% HP. Oh my god. Almost going to go into kill shot range there. Is in kill shot range. Might even die through PS. Spam heals are coming out. Mechanu is already trinketed. Doesn't have anything left. Another full trap on Mechanu. This is going to be it. Jpeg goes down, and wow.
It does mean that the Ellie Shaman can't knock off, but the Warlock is going to be able to port away in a very scary situation.
Yeah, no, we'll have to see what's going to go down. I think it's a good choice. I mean, when they're just doing that much damage to your Warlock, he needs every little bit of help that he can get. So we'll see exactly what's going to go on with that. But at the same time, you know, there's a full Hex sitting on Ski, and we do see that silencing shot and the full trap out of that web root onto Mechanu. Is Jpeg able to get the Devourer? It doesn't look like it just yet. Blade Storm coming out of Miranda, so they're trying to turn around the pressure, but now the Bloodlust is up. Jpeg needs to get out of there immediately. Cannot sit through this damage. He actually uses port before he drops down, so he's going to be able to get away. That's actually fine, as Miranda's in a lot of trouble here to Ski, but Ski's needing to be careful because Lust is up. He doesn't want to overextend. He doesn't want to go down here early on, but he is pretty far away from his priest, honestly. He's pulling Mechanu into a bit of an awkward spot. They're trying to kill off this Spider. The Soul Drain is ticking. It's a real Soul Drain there from Jpeg. But look at Ski. He's going to have to pop health, so I'm going to intervene. Nice. Intervenes that trap. Going to be able to catch that, but still pulling back. Look at this damage. Just never stopping. The Scatter is out. We do see Ski. He has to use a wall, man. 10% HP. Finally, the Vertex is out of mana. The Lust is expiring. And it feels like they've kind of weathered the storm a little bit.
Yeah, they're in an alright position for now. Ski still hasn't been topped though. Looks like he might swap over onto the Discipline Priest on this Ellie Shaman Hunter Discipline Priest team. Running down to 77% health. 77k mana as well. Or
Look
7700.
at Miranda though, man. Miranda's in a lot of trouble. 40% HP. Still the one-hand shield here for Ski, but I think he should go two-hand at this point. I don't think it's actually reducing that much damage, and now he is going to go into two-hand. We do see that there's that intercept onto him. The fear comes out. The Roar Sacrifice is up. So is the Master's Call on Miranda. So nice job there by Vertex trying to keep his priest safe. The Divine Hymn coming out now. Scatter Trap can be able to land, but it's actually broken by something almost immediately. So not that great there from them. Miranda though did get the heal all the way back up with that Divine Hymn. So big heal there for them. And we see the mana burns coming out. Spam mana burns coming out from Mekanu. He's got like 6 or 7 off in a row. Carl's almost completely in. Vertex is in trouble, and long time no CC is battling back here in this third game, trying to get something done as they are over on the Vertex at 50% HP. Vertex taking a lot of damage here, and Mirana really struggling to pick him back off. 30% HP briefly there, 20% HP. Can Mirana actually pick him back up? The Blade Storm comes out. He's trying to get over there. The disengage came up, but is it going to be enough? 40%, 30%, 20%. MS goes back up. Going to be able to get the pummel. The focus pummel comes out. He's trying to go for the mind control. He needs a spell reflect. He does spell reflect the mind control. Really good job here by Ski. Going to throw a fear onto that heal as well. It's going to have to be trinketed. So Vertex has to trinket as well on the intercept. So such a good job here by Ski, keeping up the pressure and really putting this team in such a bad spot. The pet is also at 10% HP. Could just turn around and execute it. I think that would be a really, really good choice.
Yeah. Ski is the man to watch this game, dude. He's playing phenomenally. Jpeg does get into that trap. I believe he ate it actually on purpose. Carl at about 1k mana, he gets spell locked right there. Vertex still in a lot of trouble. Miranda trying to cast the binding heal, trying to pick himself up, and his hunter friend Palm is bouncing around. Jpeg doing a great job spreading the pressure all game long. Needs to get some more dots onto Miranda if you ask me though, because he is a good target to hit. Ski ends up dropping down below. He does have pain suppression on himself. He's going to charge back over onto Vertex. Vertex, his bubble is going to break. He has a lot of mana. Carl has a lot of mana now too. Game of Hope was cast. When that fades, Carl's mana is going to drop, but it doesn't even matter. Vertex down to 60%, 6%, 4%, and he is going to fall. So we have a 2-1 lead for long time no CC. Wow.
Guys, so it is going to be Jpeg coming out in the middle, getting those dots up early on, and this was the map that he got absolutely crushed on last time. Lust going up immediately there. They're going to try to get something done early on, but the trap is actually eaten there on Mekanu. Mekanu is going to get feared off though. It's going to have to be willed immediately. Jpeg into the silencing shot. I feel like he just needs to run back into the room, try to play it safe here, because he's just going to take so much damage if he's out in the middle. But they get the spell lock onto Carl. They've already gotten Lust off Carl. Vertex not doing that much. There's an MC though coming out onto Ski's. Ski's going to be able to sit in that mind control, and there's a Hex on Mekanu. It's a 3v1 onto Jpeg. Jpeg in a lot of trouble here. Needs to get out of there if he can. The Hellstone goes up. We see that Shadow Ward going up as well. Mekanu now into the scatter off that. They need to eat the trap so badly. Ski's going to actually Blade Storm in the trap, but will it be enough? Fear comes off it. I don't think it's going to matter. 4% HP. He's trying to get him alive. The Voidwalker fell on Voidwalker sacrifice. Is actually going to keep him up for now. Will it be enough to stabilize though? Such a good job there. Clutch play by Jpeg. The PS expires. He still needs to get healed back up. Taking so much damage. Divine Hymn coming out from Mirana is going to be enough to pick his team back off. What a crazy play there by Jpeg. Really, really, really good stuff from him. And that is why he is in the finals here. And wow, they have stabilized, but it's not over just yet. The internal cooldown from Will is gone now. Mekanu can trinket if he needs to. Jpeg, though, still taking a ton of damage. We see Vertex at 50% HP. He's in Aspect of the Viper, trying to get some mana back, trying to set up the burst again once again here. We see that Mirana has no trinket. Vertex at 30% HP. Going to go over and see what it's up with him. He's trying to push in there. Ski, though, heavily on the back of him, just trying to put out as much pressure as he can.
Yeah, look at this, man. Vertex down to 50% HP. The fear went out for Mirana. Makono did end up trinketing it. Makono at 44, or I'm sorry, Vertex at 46%, Jpeg at 86%. He may have to try and get a Fell Hunter out if he wants to end the game, but we're not too sure just yet. Trap is eaten by Ski. Very nice job there. Drain Life coming out, trying to do as much damage into Vertex. He may actually go down here if they can get anything onto Miranda. Flash heal. There's a penance being cast. Vertex picking himself up at 65%. Miranda
Unrelenting
at 64%.
Assault, though. Unrelenting Assault on that cast, so he's going to be doing nothing. He has to use the PS, and he does. But will it be enough? He's still sitting so low. Tries to fake the pummel. Did he go for it? He didn't go for it just yet. He faked that pummel. He tried to fake instantly, so he didn't even get one tick of penance. Now he's going to get Howl of Terror. We see that Ski is caught in a full hex, so that might be enough to save him. The MS debuff is going to fall. He's going for the binding heals. He's going to be able to pick his team back off, and there's a full trap onto Mekanu. Jpeg in a lot of trouble here now. Jpeg needs to get out of there. Mekanu going to be able to come out of that with the shield, but the silencing shot comes up. There's a conk shot on him. They're trying to get the fear with it. Mekanu now rooted. They're just trying to set it up for this fear. Will he be able able to get it. Doesn't look like it just yet. Now the fear comes out. Mekanu's still spamming out those flash heals. The deter comes out from Vertex. He had to trinket to get that off. Mirana is but doesn't even matter. Will he be able to finish off Jpeg? He's so low, but he does get a huge crit heal there, and that may be enough to secure this game. The Wotlk sacrifice used there by Jpeg a little bit preemptively this time, but Vertex may go down. The fear comes out on Mirana. It looks like Vertex is so low, 20% HP. Can Sage get back to him? Ski comes over. He gets the intercept. He puts up the MS. He's in battle stance, trying to get the overpowers now. And Mirana's trying to heal as much as he can, spamming out those flash heals, trying to keep his hunter alive. The root comes out. Mind control goes out there from Mekanu. Has the mind control on. I'm not even sure who. I guess I'm not sure if there's a bug cast or what, but anyway, yeah.
Yeah, Vertex down to 67%. Mirana's still struggling with the mana. 5,300 mana. Hex does go out once again onto Ski, so he's not able to do the damage that he wants to. There's not a lot of dots going out. Carl doing a great job of shutting down Jpeg. He needs to try really hard to get them out, and needs to get them out now. Full fear onto Mekunu. It has ended now. Trap out of that. Jpeg just trying to kite for his life. Carl at 61%. Jpeg coming out of that. There's a mind control right now. They need to interrupt that mind control, and Mekunu is going to die. Jpeg at 50% health. The Dispel goes out. He's trying to get the Fell Hunter out. He does have it now. Mirana, he's going to try and keep his team top, but now he has to worry about the spell lock. So much damage. Jpeg in a lot of trouble. Pace
is up, but
he's going to die.
Yeah, Mekanu caught in that full fear. He couldn't get out, but could Vertex go down? They could still possibly win this. Mirana is completely tapped. The Blade Storm is ticking there, and 40% HP on Vertex. He's going to be taking a lot of damage still here from Ski. The G heal comes out from Mirana, and that may be the last of the mana. Can they do anything more? He's going to be topped off, and I think that's enough to stabilize it and get the kill as the Hymn of Hope comes up. And Ski not going to be able to get that kill. Mekanu, they're going to keep fighting it out, but I don't think it's going to happen at this point.
Wow. Oh my god. It's going into the final round, I believe. This is so intense. You know, they're playing it out because they are so I cannot blame them one bit. I would too. But this is just so intense. Ski down to 23% health, throws out the disarm, 2%, intervenes back, and he falls. Final game. Now the question is, do they fall? Guys, the gates are opening. We're gonna have Ellie Warrior Paladin versus Disc Priest Warrior Warlock.
There's the fear immediately coming out, man. And they are gonna actually swap over into the Priest right away. They're gonna go on Mekanu. Recklessness popped instantly here by oh my god, I hit hard. Are they gonna try to punish him for that? It doesn't look like it just yet. Mekanu not taking too much damage though. DR Hodge comes in. He's actually trinket the DR Hodge. May end up regretting that, but taking a ton of damage and needs to get out of there. He's trying to do so.
Power Mastery was used by Knuckles right there. Mekanu at 50% in a lot of trouble. Death Glow comes in onto OMG. I hit hard. Gonna try and let Mekanu cast right here at 56% health. Knuckles at 54%. OMG hit hard at 60%. He's just tunneling into this priest all day long. There's a Bloodlust being used. Big trouble for Mekanu, but OMG hit hard down to 23%. Knuckles was caught in a CC trying to heal OMG hit hard. He may have to
Soul Drain's real, man. He could actually go down here. The Soul Drain taking through Shield Wall. The Shield Bash does come in, but he actually fakes it. And Jpeg doing a ton of damage here. They have lived the storm, and Mekanu should get up top, I feel like. And Jpeg is going to be able to port up top. I really would have liked if Mekanu took that time to run up top himself, man, and get away from them, because that would have put them in such a good spot. But Ski is on the back of, oh my god, I hit hard here. We can see that Jpeg is you know, in a good spot right now. He's in Fell Armor again, trying to put out as much damage as possible. He was sitting through that Hex. Mekanu, though, going to have to PS here, as he was taking a ton of damage. Oh my god, I hit hard is going to disarm Ski. Mekanu is not able to top himself off here yet, though. I really wish he went up top, but the DP comes out there. He's going to be able to get himself back up to 70%, but he gets charged. He's going to get sheared, I think, on that penance, man. This could be it for Mekanu. This could be it, but oh my god, I hit hard is very low as well. 30% HP on him. Do they have any CC here for Knuckles? Doesn't look like it just yet, but the intercept stun comes in. Executes could come in as well. 10% HP. He may go down. Knuckles going to get MCS. 10% HP again. 4% HP. 3% HP. Goes down. No bubble. The bop on himself. And no trinket comes out from Knuckles. And oh my god, I hit hard. Cannot back it up. Jpeg, Mekanu, and Ski are your champions. They're going to take it 3-2. Taking out the trash. Oh my god, I hit hard. Going to have to sit down. And that is that, my friends. You have your new champions. $3,000 the prize for the first place team. $1,200 the prize for the second place team. And that is that.
Man.